Wet and Wild CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Let's go, baby. Turnover. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check. Lucky. Kill. 36 power.
This is Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They scared. Double time. Hey, we got 3 down. Look, guys, 4 down.
On 1st down, Carson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
54. Here we go. Check 13. Check no 14. 19. Hey, easy. Touch 9.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Forced out to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
I'm coming. Out. Go. Play. Hey.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll run it here with Blount. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Mike 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Pass. 36.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is third and short.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is caught, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 9th touchdown of the season, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 60 or. Nice, sweetheart. Be triple.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it, baby.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the crowd.
Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. 12 yards there and a first down.
But how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Kill.
61. Matchbox lights.
Glennon. Flush to his right. It's complete. Abdullah. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass. Check 31. Check 31.
Blue draw quarters.
Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Glennon. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Third and 14.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here.
Down. 10 logo.
Check number 19. Single. Mike 35. Here we go.
Now Glennon. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
On the double.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Back to throw here. Step Glennon hit. He loses the football, and it's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Second and 13. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 31. Mike 35. Mike 35. Check back. 35's the Mike. Right here.
They'll set up a throw. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. AT Gator.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check 52.
Now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Barely got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Front left, front left.
Watch the edge.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
3rd down and 4.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Squeeze, double up.
Check. Got it.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Alert 3.
Slow down, 4 down. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Check.
Hey, zero.
Motion to the backfield. Hey, watch that. Check, Mike. 50.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. Now Brown, he lost the football. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch 54. They gonna need some therapy after this. Bang.
All goes
Now it's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Check.
40.
40's Mike.
Hey, look, guys, 4 down. Hey, 0.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
What's left?
Now it's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
36 power.
Check.
Here's Carson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. LeGarrette Blount, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Well, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. He completes it to Abdullah. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here. Glennon hit. He loses the football. It's out. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, Powerball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Tie it right. 4 down.
Hey, Delta.
Mike 35. Here we go. 35's the Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Mike 35.
Ready?
2nd and 11. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Come on, set.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 4.
Bravo.
Mike 35. It's on field. Hey, it's on house. 35's the Mike. Watch the pass. Chance.
Rock it. Five.
They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Throwaway and incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
They'll roll him out right. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
Let's go.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Hey, wahoo!
56, Mike, 56. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2nd and 6. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They run with Pumphrey. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run again with Pumphrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Down, 50, plant.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, orbit.
35 to Mike. Cover. Mike 35. Mike 35. I'll get him.
They'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
A gain of 16 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
2nd and 10. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Ezekiel Ansah, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Hey, echo.
Mike 35. Wild Bill.
Hey, Charlie.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Run left. Touch 50.
They'll run on first down. Carson, this will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Good job right there.
Here's Bill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. Now it's Wilson. Open man, it's Vanette. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through, picking up the first. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On first down, it's Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Hey, come on, now. Hey.
Good job right there.
They run again with Carson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
I'm going to run you over. SOS.
They run it with Carson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He'll have the win at his back here in the 4th quarter. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
46-yard line.
Ready.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the out. Watch the out.
Go.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Fire.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They'll run on first down. Carson. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Cut.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Cut. 1-9.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, check. Save.
12. Good cut.
On first down, it's Carson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner, 100 yards or more in a game.
Alert. Bang out. Bam.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
21-yard line.
On the ready.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
So don't say nothing.
5.
Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
X3, 218, chopper.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
35's the mic.
Now back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ziggy Ansah in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The Vikings on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey, Alpha.
35, Mike, 35. You ain't going nowhere.
35's the mic.
He'll look to throw. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Jet bombers. You 2 jet bombers.
They're going to run it with Abdullah. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
General West. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Now.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll start out on the ground with Carson, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
So the victory here for Seattle, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.